morning, everyone.
Morning.
Yeah, we've got a Kiwi bird in here as well.
Who?
Yeah, who's Kiwi? So welcome to the Donkey Kong 64 max percent moveless LOTAD. I am the Ballon 96, and we have a co-commentator here who no one knows.
Go to whoskiwi.com to find out who they are.
Yeah. So, do you have the YouTube link, Kiwi?
I can pull it up.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if we were going to be like doing the watch together thing or whatnot.
I have a local file with it on. So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Last time I did a watch together, I crashed my computer. Okay. So, is everyone ready?
I'm good.
You're good? Okay, cool. So, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay.
LOTAD is always ready. So obviously going through the steps of just starting the game.
You didn't start the timer.
Oh, I didn't. But I'm starting on file creation.
Okay.
There we go. So, max percent moveless. What is moveless? Well, it is beating the game or doing as many things as possible by not collecting any cranky moves, any candy instruments or upgrades, funky guns or upgrades, or the BFI camera / shockwave. We can collect training barrels, which is why we'll be making the only trip to Cranky that we will be doing in this run.
See it, Cranky.
Yeah. It's the only time we'll be seeing Cranky this run. So what happens if you uncrouch a frame before entering a tag barrel or any bonus barrel or anything like that, you actually gain control as soon as you leave the barrel itself. So you'll see that we have early control of DK before we fully reload the map, so we can enter the next barrel nice and early.
Hooray for barrel jumps. And by leaving early, we'll automatically be on the ground, so we will be able to get a barrel jump for every jump.
Exactly. Also, that's a 56 orange barrel. We got a 56 orange barrel, I want to say 6 months ago, but it's never been shown in a full game or a task of any sort.
That's a pretty cool barrel.
Shoutouts to Vanity who made me redo that, towards the end, because he found a faster strat for that. So pretty standard vine barrel, but by long jumping at a specific place, you can actually void and get back to the house here without having to watch the training barrel's complete cutscene. That's called house warp.
We're just going to walk through vertical walls.
Yeah.
To get to the loading.
Exactly. So we're not going to go to BFI to get the shockwave like the 101% LOTAD would. We're just going to go straight over to Aztec.
I still love that skid jump backflip up. It's so hard to do RTA though.
Yeah, it is. It's hard to do in TAS as well, although people have got it in both situations.
LOTAD is very good at this game.
Yeah.
Is looking down on us all.
So immediately starting off Aztec by going out of bounds, and there's a very good reason for that. So we're going to get DK's blueprint over here. It's just convenient.
That's strange.
Yeah. So here we're going to be doing some interesting movement, and the main idea here is not to load the Oasis area, and there's a very good reason for that, which you'll see in a second. So this is our first use of tag barrel storage. This is what I was mentioning before with gaining control in a tag barrel. And yeah, so this is what's called a spawn snack. If you keep a locked camera, we've got it unlocked for the purpose of watching purposes, but if you have a locked camera, there are a lot of GBs which you can prevent from loading, and you can grab them before the game checks that you have completed the respective puzzle. So to show that we're in tag barrel storage and that you can't see because it has a black screen, to show that we're in that, we have a black and white camera. It's explained in the FAQ.
That was insane. I'm already speechless. That was cool.
Yeah.
I can imagine there's going to be a lot of phase walking and tag barrel storage.
Oh yeah, there's going to be a little bit of it.
And some showing off, I see too.
Oh yeah. Like that. So
Yeah.
if you if you pause exit on the right frame, you can grab the key while also being able to exit back to Trop and stuff, which means that you can enter back here quicker. So we did a trick there called DDQ, and it looks funny. For those who don't know, DDQ essentially gets key 5, which is from Fungi Forest, all the way in Aztec. It can also be done in Fungi itself, but it's a nice quick kill for Dogadon.
Also, the barrel being frozen in place is something called dry storage.
Yeah.
Basically, he's just storing the barrel in place by performing actions, I believe.
Yeah, you jump aerial, then grab the barrel, then on the soonest frame you perform a jump aerial again and it stores the barrel.
Yeah, look at the show off. Come on, LOTAD, you're making us look bad. I now understand why he's looking down on us at the top of the screen.
So, what happens is that we reset there on the earliest frame after the game has saved. So we've now got both keys 5 and 2, Llama GB, or free Llama GB, and also 1 blueprint. The unfortunate thing is, when you reset like that, you have to go through all the menu actions of turning story skip on and re-entering the file.
If we got key 2 first, I guess with the pause it would have kept us in. But
Nah, it's a low optimize. It's a low
yeah,
pad,
it's a low
so
pad,
like
but-
there's gonna be stuff which is not entirely optimized.
yeah.
So Yeah. In a task, yeah, we would get key 2 first, and obviously there's some stuff that we overlook, but it happens. So, here's our good friend Retarded Dinosaur. He opens up all the worlds for us, and because we have key 5 right there, we can open up Creepy Castle and Crystal Caves a lot earlier than expected. We can also gain control in that.
Are banana medals included in this? Banana medals would count towards percentage, so...
Yeah, there are some banana medals included. You'll see. Banana medals are included. You have a feeling I don't like K-Lumsy. So how to get into the B-Locker skip position.
LOTAD making us look bad again.
Yep.
I can only imagine the number of re-records just to get the correct placed mooncake. What the hell?
Yep.
Feels bad, man.
So yeah, with that one we were able to clip onto the bridge. It's not that bad to do RTA. Also, yeah, that's a moonwalk, so if you alternate between neutral and the opposite stick direction to what you were walking previously, you can essentially moonwalk. And we do that a lot to show off. So we're going to keep locked camera for a little bit here, because there's not a lot of movement. But what we essentially did there was warp 2 kick all the way to get up to here, just so we could telegrab up, and now we're at the top of castle. So unfortunately this LOTAD does start kind of slowish in some aspects. There are a few things that we do have to get out of the way first, like this. So we don't have all the Kongs, we only have DK, but we can get all of them via the cutout fight. All you have to do is go and cycle through the Kongs and getting cutout until you get the Kong which you want to free, exit out of the fight, then enter attack barrel, and you've just freed that Kong.
Clearly the standard way that we re-enter.
Yeah. So we first freed Lanky. We're not going to free Tiny quite yet. We will free Tiny in a little bit, but we're not going to free her just quite yet. So a good thing about freeing Kongs from cutout is that you don't have to watch the cutscene every time. So thankfully it's not quite as boring as it sounds. But unfortunately it's the only way we can actually free Kongs in this, because freeing Kongs organically requires moves. You can also free Kongs via K rule, but that's actually impossible moveless as well. Well, to do all of them at the very least. How many months did it take to make this? I started work on it in November, and I did a few months of routing, and then in terms of making it, I think I started in like February, maybe March. So now we've freed most of the comms, we're actually going to fight this guy. This is mainly for show. Yeah, we're losing time to lag a little bit here and there, but in the end we're just doing this for fun purposes, so it's okay if we lose a few frames here and there to lag.
Well, I don't think we freed Tiny yet.
We haven't.
So.
Also, rip Halloween costume. Shout out to Vanity. Yeah, if you hold crouch, you can backflip in midair. So now we're going to start the phase which Cutout's probably most known for, which is the fast phase. He cycles very quickly between positions, but we can quickly get in on the first cycle by getting rid of Lanky and switching to Tiny.
That's cool that Tiny can go over the wall.
Yeah.
I did not know Tiny could make it over.
Yeah.
I know, they show off.
So that's very easily beaten paper figure defeated. So the key is in the center of the ring, and we're all the way out on the side. But we can easily get back to the center with a swim through vertical walls, which will take us back to the middle, as if we ditched a Kong, but we still remain as Tiny. So, trash can. This normally requires instrument or guns, but let's just, you know.
Let's just walk right in.
We have some RNG manipulation here to do to get the flies down. This took a while to try and get them down. Yeah, no unlimited oranges. This is clean cart rules, so the unfortunate thing is we'll be running kind of low on oranges for the entire run, but it's not going to really miss out on too much. Like, there's usually an alternate clip for most things. So, who needs to do mazes? We also can get like a long jump through that cutscene, which lets us gain a little bit of extra distance.
This LOTAD guy, showing off.
Yeah. You know, just the enemies just don't give a damn about us. We can just stay on the side. Unfortunately, there's quite a few of these crowns and a few other auto-scroller elements which we kind of have to get through. But we try to do our best with taking care of them. Crowns are probably the worst defender. Primarily because they're just so long. Yeah, again, showing off. There's spots on the very outside of the ring where they just don't, you know, care about where you are. They just don't react to you. They can still shockwave you, which is why you have to kind of still be wary.
He swings his club, miss. Swings his club, just jump right over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that was cool.
Yeah, if you skid jump backflip, you can ledge grab the top of the hedge there. And yeah. At least you can get to the exit nice and quick. It only seems to work in like that spot there. I tried to get it at the start, but it just wouldn't play nice. And here's the second worst. Here's the second worst offender to waiting times. Yeah, you don't have ponytail twirls, so making that gap jump is a lot harder.
Help!
There's far too many of these minigames. But thankfully, there are a few more exciting ones down the way. There are definitely some new strats which haven't been seen before in some of the minigames.
The top right one was so close.
Yeah. Also, yeah, if you take damage into a golden banana, you skip the dance. It's going to use quite a lot. Due to the large amount of spawn snagging, there's not quite as many as you think, but there's still quite a lot. So, dungeon. This area is interesting. Primarily for this. So, in certain circumstances, we're not quite sure why. You can actually get these pads to kind of be there. All that we know is that, like, TBS, like, helps a lot with them.
There's certain medals you can get.
Yeah, there are medals in this, but not all 40. I'll just say that. You'll see. Shoutouts to Chains. So that dance skipped using an interesting property of stored position. If your character is invisible, the game does not update your stored position. So if you become invisible, then walk a little bit, and then throw an orange, you will have thrown the orange from where you were last visible. Also, shout-outs to the chair, which is rotating in the background continually.
Also, the lighting glitch.
Yeah, that's an emulator glitch. Emulator plugin glitch that I just failed to fix. That's, I think, the only occurrence of it. There will be some lighting glitches elsewhere, but that's actually from tag barrel storage and the way that it deals. So, next we're going to go into the tree to play Beaver, which is a notoriously annoying game for many people. Thankfully, it's the only occurrence of Beaver Bother in this LOTAD. Low orange count, Adam. So, we can't use Shockwave, which means we can't do the game control glitch in this. So, welcome to trying to optimize Beaver movements. I tried to get double Beaver to occur here, but I don't know, it just wasn't happening for some reason. And there's a 31. A lot of the reason why you don't see some oak clips happen is because we're on low orange count. So you have to take, like, orange count was a big factor in the route in terms of what we could and couldn't do. It's not
It
that
looked
hard.
kind of tight.
It is kind of tight, probably for RTA. For TAS, it's not as tight as it looks. So we're going to need this boulder. This boulder is going to be very important for the next GB. And you'll see in a sec. We just have to take it somewhere. But we can take it in style. Halloween costume. So we're bringing a boulder into car race, and there's a very good reason why we're doing this. Chunky can gain quite a lot of height from a boulder, and as a result we can get out of bounds, and, you know...
show off a bit.
Yeah. You know, who likes doing the normal car races, you know? Kind of dull. Let's just drive into the blackness. Oh look, there's a GB. So yeah, that's Tiny's GB for car race, but it's grabbable by any com. So by using the Boulder out of bounds, you can get that GB early and essentially skip the car race. Yeah, it's not a snag, it's just grabbing the GB from just its place that it is in the map. So, shoutouts to Trashcan Moonkick. Can get us all the way up here.
Okay, we're going up.
I wonder where we can
I'm assuming Diddy's?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we get a Moonkick onto Snides, then we Moonkick on Snides all the way over back here just to get up here as Diddy.
Welcome to bonus stage.
So Big Bug Bash. Let's say this game is kind of broken.
Well done.
Unfortunately, we have to double phase walk there because of the way that it's laid out. Unfortunately, you can't get over the lanky tunnel.
Welcome to bonus stage.
We're not splitting yet, Go. We've still got castle left to do. We're just making a quick trip to the lobby.
Well done.
Exactly. So that's a new kind of, well, not a new kind, it's a new method of getting an orange dance skip where there's no walls to bounce off. If you throw an orange 2 frames after another, you get them to instantly explode, and if you go at them fast enough, you can get damaged off them. And yes, we did really clip into that pillar.
This is pre-recorded.
Don't think LOTAD heard you, Glorious. So phase walking can get you into a lot of places without having to shoot switches, so we can easily get into the tiny and lanky crits with a phase walk. So if you thought Goohan skip was hard with Ponytail Twirl, That is very hard to do. You do not have a lot of room for doing that without ponytail twirl.
That was insane.
So, torches are very weak. A lot of things in this game are just very weak, so if you see us going through just a random object, just assume that it's not weak, or it's weak, sorry. We get under the little platform there. That just allows us to die and get back to the start of the crypt faster, because it reduces the height of the death knockback thing. So we're not going to do Diddy's Crypt. Diddy's Crypt is unfortunately one of those GBs which is barely not moveless. I've tried for so long to try and get the GB moveless and it just isn't wanting to work, so we're going to unfortunately have to skip that GB. So yeah, torch clips.
Welcome to bonus stage.
So how difficult are these torch clips? Like, that chunky one seems like it would be kind of precise.
I've not had the best luck with getting it RTA. It's hard to TAS, but I think that yeah, Outlaw's got them RTA and other people have gotten them RTA. It's just yeah.
Like, I know that lanky one can be done, it's just precise. I've just never seen that chunky one.
Yeah, Outlaw's got that one before. Probably other runners have, but it's kinda stupid. Also, shoutouts to Crypt Swim.
The chunky torch clip. Outlaw.
Yeah. Shoutouts to meme kosher bounces. So a small bit of out of bounds later, and we're in DK's minecart. Now, unfortunately, this is isn't one of the most enjoyable carts, but it's yeah, we can make it go really fast by looking back.
Wins all coins while looking backwards. Come on, LOTAD.
Yeah.
I thought we were supposed to be showing off.
Yeah. Yeah, you probably have another minute or two to go and grab a snack if you want to. If you've seen this before, then yeah. But for those who haven't seen it, looking back gives you a smaller camera view, which reduces lag a lot, and yeah, it means you can go a lot faster.
Also, while looking backwards, it can be used for other minecarts to skip cutscenes.
Yeah, and that's also a good point. It can also be used in some circumstances to get some enemies to delay their aggressive actions, which will be used elsewhere. So this minecart needs 25 coins to complete. We only have 20, so LOTAD's clearly going to have to find some coins somewhere. If it actually
Clearly need more style points.
Exactly. Can you get 25 from this? Maybe we can, maybe we can't. Maybe LOTAD will just fail this.
That would be a great meme. Purposely fail it just to have to do the minecart again.
Yeah.
Not the most efficient, but
Nah, probably the most entertaining.
yeah.
So that's castle done. And we reset there because that's a soft lock because the door's still closed. And DK will just be forever walking up into it until he reaches a certain point, and you won't be able to pause until you reach that point. So morning, DK TV. So thankfully we don't have to view Linguini Kong for this bit because we tagged out of range. If you tag outside of range, the Kong will become invisible until you go back inside range. Also say goodbye to Clay Lumsey, that's the last we'll be seeing of him in this run. So, tagging out of range also helps with another thing. It sets your stored position to 000, or your stored positions, which means you can telegrab up. So, we'll be saying goodbye to Helm Lobby for just a little bit, but we'll see it later. So, Frantic Factory. This is where the fun and games with Moveless begin. I don't know how I grabbed Plastomatic Glorious. He just decided to grab it.
That looked kind of close.
Yeah. That skid jump, long jump is so annoying to get. Well, I tried to cut a lot of corners. You can make it, like, if you don't cut
Welcome to
corners,
bonus stage.
but cutting corners, it becomes very close to do. Reminder that after every Crazy Con Clamor, you must shoot Lanky 3 times. Otherwise, you'll never get GLGL again.
Cutting it a little close, are we?
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. So, we're not quite saying goodbye to Factory just yet. So, remember in Aztec, where we were able to grab the free Llama GB earlier than intended, we're going to be using that a lot in Factory. So we're going to get Tag Barrel Storage here, just to get a Moon Kick and get Diddy up here, so that we can get another Tag Barrel Storage. So this is something that was found kind of recently, called Stored Position Clipping. By setting your stored position in a certain corner, and then doing ground attacks into another corner, you can clip through it. So yeah, we just swan snagged Diddy's production room GB. And make that another one. So, unfortunately, because we're out of range and because of the way that this LOTAD is made, every time that we're making a long range tag while spawn snagging, we'll have to do a bit of video editing. But yeah. So yet again using stored position clipping just to get through this wall over here. Then you could tag Lanky again. Just so you can get this GP. So something to note is that what you can do out of bounds is you can raise the gate in here with Tiny's GB if you walk under it, but we didn't do that, so we're going to have to do something to kind of skip that. So when's your Natin runs, Kiwi?
We're back practicing. I don't think anytime soon.
So there's a glitchy ledge there which you can grab, and if you grab it whilst you've got the dartboard GB unloaded, you can essentially grab it. Oh, and there's number game GB. So we're having to get tag barrel storage here for a very good reason. There's a GB which becomes loaded if you use R&D tag, So we're going to have to use a further away tag. And the only way to get up to R&D is to continually grab a pole and store a position, just so you can walk back to that stored position and grab the pole again to change it. I wonder what GB will be getting.
I wonder. Thinking face.
So yeah,
Incredible.
that's 1 GB. So how about we do the same thing again? Because, you know, there's another GB in here which we've got to go get. Like Toy Monster GB.
See a toy monster.
Yeah. So, in case you haven't got the idea already, we're going to be using a lot of TBS in this run. I don't know the exact percentage of, like, TBS to non-TBS, but there's quite a lot. So, turns out the car is the fastest moving thing in this race for most of it. So if you stay in front of it, you can be really quick in this race.
Can she be quick and nimble when she needs to be?
Perhaps. But can she climb up trees is the real question.
I think climbing up a tree with a car would be a pretty great accomplishment, to say the least.
Yeah, if audio levels are off, then just let me know. I only tested it with a rather quiet section, so it's probably quiet.
I guess it wouldn't ruled up, but I'd be more impressed just breaking the car out of Hikari to be able to, like, go around DK aisles or something. So, more walking through walls.
So another one of these battle crowns. Thankfully this one's only 45 seconds, so it's rather short.
I still cringe every time.
What do you cringe at?
Like, I know it's a LOTAD, so, like, you're not gonna fail, but I feel like you're gonna fail every time. It's like...
Also, because I didn't explain it in the greenhouse in Castle, if you pause on the right frame, you can collect the crown while also exiting it.
Alright, where are we going? Oh.
Yeah. Shoutouts to Paleolithicus key push. It's actually faster than the jump aerial method. I think it's by like a second or something like that.
Stage.
Yeah, doing that method of piano GB skip RTA was not fun to even try to attempt.
Yeah. Thankfully, I don't think I was in the community when that was found. So, thankfully, I didn't have to do that.
Wait, how did you buffer the movement? I guess, did you crouch into it? Did
No.
you TBS or?
Yeah, I did a skid jump on crouch into it. So this is what's called a moontail. If you do a ground attack on the first frame of a double jump, you get what's known as a moontail, which is a great height gaining trick.
Welcome to bonus stage.
So these might look close in terms of the fairy getting killed. Those are actually the last frames that you can actually kill because of claptraps without getting a game over.
Alright, I'm not the only one with a little bit of anxiety.
Yeah, that was literally the last frame that you could do those. Also, you can't get the dance skip on that with Moontail, unfortunately. So, I wonder where we're going. Just quickly grab Arcade Golden Banana.
Clearly. The only reason we need to buy moves is to do everyone's favorite Nintendo coin.
Yeah. So yet again using a stored position clip in order to clip out of bounds. Just so we can get this. So...
Yeah, I thought this was where you were going.
Yeah. RTA, you know... You guys do kind of the same stash snatch over and over again. And you know, that's the fastest way you can do it, but let's just do it a little differently.
Show off.
The funny thing is, you think that's a show off, but that's actually faster. By 1 second.
Of course it is.
And that's factory done.
I honestly don't remember the count we had going in.
I don't remember either. We got a lot of GBs there.
Yeah, we got most of them.
We missed... I can't actually think of which ones we missed.
Yeah, I can't think of one off the top of my head. Oh, Beaver Boulder.
Yeah, Beaver Bother and also Power Shed, yeah. No, we're not yeah, we banned duping for this because seal race 35 times does not sound the best LOTAD. And plus you'd also have to dupe the Japes Boulder 35 times or something like that, and that takes an extremely long amount of time and would be very boring.
Started with 19, so we got 18 then, plus the 5 blueprints.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. So it's just we just skip Beaver, Boulder, and Power Shed.
Power Shed, yeah.
Welcome to bonus stage.
So, Battle Bell Bandits are actually the, yeah, Battle Bell Bandit is kind of hard to manipulate RNG, and it's kind of important, but that's the best that I could do. The amount of re-records for this is 86,801.
It's close enough to 801.
Yeah. If this had only 801 re-records, I would be surprised that it would be as good as it is.
Welcome back, Adam.
Into Galleon. So Galleon is some like I think that there's quite a few interesting things that happen in this level. It's very different from anything in terms of route that 101 would do.
You know, let's just get Cannon Game right at the start.
Yeah. You know, let's just get this out of the way.
5-door ship side first.
Yeah. Well, kinda.
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 Welcome to bonus stage.
So this
He
is
did get piano spawn snag.
Yeah. This is the last Batty Barrel Bandit we'll be seeing in this run. So, I hope you like RNG manipulation.
But what about my RNG barrel?
So underwater, what you can do is if you press C up and A on the same frame, you can do a quick turn, so where the Kong will face the camera. And it's quite useful in a lot of scenarios. Like that one where you're able to quick turn on the GB grab.
I'm trying to think what your first medal is going to be.
I think I've
I
told
don't know if you actually can get one in Galleon.
I think I've told you about the medals and stuff because I've definitely shown you the route before.
Yeah. It was a while ago that you showed me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. They're like Kiwi what Kiwi has seen, I showed him the route so that he could look over it and tell me where I suck.
Dang. This Kiwi guy sounds pretty rude.
And I think you've seen some whips of it, but outside of that...
I saw a couple clips, but for the most part, I've tried to stay completely in the dark with this.
Yeah. So Kiwi doesn't know the final time, and a lot of stuff is new to him.
Also, I love that you went so fast that the counter was still at 5.
Yeah. I actually had to check, I think it was for the castle one, that I actually had to check that I actually didn't have 5 remaining at the end of it, because I thought, oh, I've found something new where you can finish the game with 5 remaining. But no, it's just that the counter takes a while to update.
Well, as a rule, though, we can't spawn mechfish.
Yeah.
Because we don't have instrument.
Yeah, that's the main reason why Neckfish is not in it, for sure. We can collect a surprisingly high amount of GBs, though. So, by using R, a little known fact is that you can quick turn by holding R. So, if you hold a certain direction and press R, you turn a lot faster. So we can use that to cut some corners a little bit closer.
Also, if you jump through the cutscene, you'll keep your momentum. And you'll fly across the screen, as you saw there. Whereas you would slow down if you were just driving along the water.
Yeah. So you see there, we did a jump there, and Lanky was splashing, but he got further, and he'll be able to get to this star sooner. Unfortunately, the sides of the screen are a little bit flashy. That's just a side effect of emulation stuff. There's no way to get rid of that, as far as I know.
So what time was that Puff Toss?
I think that was a I think that was a 1:39. I think.
Bopping VC. Rip. Feels bad.
It was definitely faster than the NLE LOTAD, and the NLE LOTAD was definitely faster than any time that N64 has done.
Yeah, it looks like a really nice Puff Toss. In terms of just optimizing the turns and the shockwaves.
Yeah. That's a pretty standard moveless GB. You'll see that it took us a while to actually enter the ship early. That's because the swim through vertical walls into that ship requires lag, so we had to turn our camera to face 5-door ship whilst doing that. And it also turns out that even if you have your camera facing 5-door ship, sometimes Lanky won't clip. It's weird, but it works. It's why you can't see VC doing that clip-in. And now Tiny's got to swim a whole way down over to the submarine. And it turns out that if you do a dolphin kick, you can actually clip through the little...
Yes! The good way!
Yeah. You can
I'm so happy.
You can clip through that. And that's faster.
It's just a weak scene.
Yeah. It's faster than swimming through vertical walls, at least, because entering first person takes you 11 frames to be able to gain control to exit first person again. So at the very least, you're losing that to just a little bit of time, maybe lost to dolphin kicking.
Dang, Jag says I'm wrong.
So yeah, as I said earlier, this run runs pretty low on oranges. So there are going to be a lot of times where we take a little bit of a detour for more oranges. So we're going to store a position here. And what this allows us to do with Lanky's aerial attack is store a position, clip through that wall.
I honestly don't remember the route for Galleon L. So I'm trying to think, why you're doing what you're doing.
Yeah. In this case, it was to spawn snag the free seal GB.
And then I assume the Warp 5 is for no clip leader.
It's primarily for getting back there, because there's a few things which we haven't done.
Makes sense.
So, all of the Kong's bar DK go at a faster speed in the boat, which means you can just clip through that and grab the GB.
Well, that took a while to load.
So we're moving the camera here. There's a very good reason why we're having the camera this way. We have to prevent loading of certain things, and there is something which will not load if we move our camera in this way, which you'll see in a second. So who's ready to see 45 seconds of bouncing on critters?
Reminder, go grab your popcorn during the crowns.
Later, Captain Peach. Just walk around the edge, just... They can't see us. And thankfully that gate is not solid on both sides, we can just walk through.
More camera manipulation.
So the camera manipulation before was for this trick right here. So we actually prevented the load of chest GB.
Oh boy.
Which you can grab from just on top. As usual, using a stored position clip to go through that area. And there's a GB right
there. I know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Hi, Diddy ship GB.
Yep. Now, you may notice that there is a slight colouring issue. This is a funny thing which happens with spawn snagging Diddy's ship GB. Lighthouse area is just really dark for some reason.
Well, was this the ship out coloring?
Oh, is it? Okay. Well, that makes sense, actually.
It looks like it. I'm not 100% on that, but that would make sense to me that the game thinks, okay, you collected the ship GB, the ship should be out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's just a hypothesis, but...
Also, no clip. If you press Z to crouch on the first frame that you can of taking a warp, when the game thinks that the floats for the warp pads are on their low position, you can gain no clip and just clip through pretty much everything.
Welcome to bonus stage.
Alright, LOTAD, I expect to see at least a 40.
Well done.
42.
Yes.
That also beats the RTA record for using Lanky, which I was very surprised at, because yeah, Lanky moves faster in water than Diddy.
Another swim through vertical walls to the side of the ship.
And then another swim through vertical walls to get to that area quicker.
Welcome to bonus stage.
Essentially skipping having to go all the way round.
Look at this cheater LOTAD guy.
Reminder that Lanky sucks. Small little swim through vertical walls that I'm surprised that people don't use more often, to be honest. That's actually not that bad. And it cuts the corner pretty well.
I didn't know actually about that. That or I just forgot about it.
Yeah, again, using moontails and mooncart wheels to scale very tall objects is Diddy.
Welcome to bonus stage.
So by doing a phase walk and then doing a jump aerial, you can actually hit the gold tape from underneath and make that minigame a lot shorter than it is. There is a faster way to get to the gold tape, but that requires pause cancel, and in this case it would just be a lot slower to get pause cancel and then do the slightly faster methods.
Welcome to bonus stage. Well done!
Those dance skips are done via you backflip just so your ground height or your floor height is on the lower segment of the gold tower, and there's a little bit where you can just get that GB. These pearls are mandatory, unfortunately. A lot of swimming and, yeah. We can pause exit on that pearl, which allows us to skip the little cutscene that you get. So we've just got 2 more GBs left of Galleon. I wonder what they'll be.
Clearly a move.
Yeah. Also, if you press A on the first frame that you can, with On Guard, you can get into that like glitched swimming animation. So we can skip using Mini Monkey to enter this by doing a small bit of out of bounds as usual to enter the loading zone.
I purposely mash it a couple times just so that he swims normally because it bothers me.
Yeah, it's actually not any slower to get the glitched swimming. It's the same speed, but it's, yeah. So that's Galleon done with. So if you're still here, well done. I nearly fell asleep myself.
You made it through horrible water level.
Yep. So now we're going to take our quick visit to BFI. But it's not to get the fairy camera because, of course, that is banned in this category. It's going to do a quick O clip out of bounds, get on top of that fountain from out of bounds.
Everyone's favorite GB early.
Yeah.
It does fade out. If you get too close to it, it will disappear. So he has to come at it from above.
Yeah. Shoutouts to doing japes early, even though we have 60 times the amount of GBs that B-Locker wants.
This LOTAD guy.
So yeah, with BFI GB, if you do not have the rareware door open, then the game will fade and make it intangible. So, here's Skew. Why does Big Kong lay down? So, Kiwi, if you want to go through the mechanics of Skew.
So, by entering swimming, by swimming and then tilting your Kong's angle and interrupting the swimming animation with collecting a GB, by entering first person with a gun, which we can't do in this, taking damage, it will rotate the hit detection of the Kong and will allow us to just walk right through any wall, so long as we're tilted enough.
So, using that, we were able to go through the gate into the Shell Hive area.
GB Skew is especially difficult, though.
Yeah. And small spoiler, that's not the only instance we'll be seeing of GB Skew in this run. So yeah, with some of these where I'm getting like an early entrance but I haven't done an uncrouch, if the barrel is at maximum height and you enter, you can get out of the barrel early and yeah, essentially have a barrel jump. So yay, more crowns.
More crowns.
Thankfully this one's only 30 seconds. And is done with Beavers, which is probably the best enemy in the game, because they're just so easy to defeat.
Every time.
Beavers are also just incredibly dumb.
Yep, you're doing this.
Yep.
So you can go out of bounds directly to the Kasplat. And then just jump across. No need for vines. No need for even lag.
Yeah. And if you hold A, not in MMM, which we're not, but if you hold A through that death, you can get an early jump out of that re-entrance. So there's a very good reason why we had to do a pause exit out of there, even though we could have avoided it. There's a few GBs that we have to reload, let's just say.
That was an interesting chunky bush push.
Yeah. Shoutouts to Bismuth. That's the method that he uses, so we just tasked it a little bit and made it just that little bit more optimized.
Yeah. Where you going, Chunky?
We've been certainly going for quite a while. So yet again, we've got TBS, and we're gonna do some interesting snags, let's say. So what happens is that we've essentially got the camera locked far away. We've never loaded this area. So what we're doing right now is, well, we're storing positions to get all the way up to the 3 Diddy GBs right here. So we're pausing again and getting damaged, but because the game thinks that, like, has never loaded this area, the cutscenes don't play. So we essentially just skipped those 2, I think they're like 20 seconds long cutscenes. And then we just spawned Snack Mountain GB on top of that as well.
Because why not? Now we're going in mountain.
Yeah. So as much as I would have loved to have collected Diddy's 101st coloured banana, that's unfortunately too slow. As much of a meme as it would have been. The loading zone for Minecart extends infinitely downwards, which is why we were able to enter it from below. So we did a quick look around to the right direction there, because looking back deloads some stuff, looking forwards will load it again, and we load it again just in time to get the right cycles here.
LOTAD guy's cheating. I literally could have blinked and missed that.
Yeah.
Hitting the lever.
Yeah.
You were facing for what, like 2 frames?
Yeah, 1 or 2 frames, pretty much. Just enough to hit the lever and then quickly look back again to reduce more lag.
Now, a more important question is LOTAD going to do the conditioner special of 49 coins?
Ah. Just misses out.
Dang. Just barely missed it.
Shout out to Conditioner. And happy birthday to him as well.
Happy birthday, Conditioner.
So we're going to use this Truff and Scoff purely just to tag Lanky. The unfortunate property of this area is you need to be in it with 3 different Kongs and there's no nearby tag barrels. So unfortunately we have to use that Truff and Scoff to tag.
Curiosity question. How many times did it take, like, re-records to get the Beaver in the spot that you wanted for Diddy?
Quite a few. He was in a lot of very trolly places.
Because sometimes, yeah, it's just up in that top right corner.
Yeah.
But
the moves are the cranky upgrades, so Simeon Slam, Simian Spring, that kind of stuff. Any candy instruments or candy upgrades, so DK's bongos or second melon or third melon or anything like that. Funky upgrades or his guns, so pineapple blaster or the sniper scope, and then any of the BFI moves, which are the camera and shockwave. Those counts as moves, so we cannot get them at all.
Well then.
Yeah. Also, have you seen enough of barrel storage? I have not seen enough of barrel storage.
Clearly could do with some more barrel storage.
Yeah. And even more, why not?
Yeah, one more time.
So yet again, if you miss the start, barrel storage is done when you pick up a barrel after jump aerialing, and then on the first frame you jump aerial out of the picking up barrel animation. That's how we pave our way to Helm, Outlaw. We pave it with good ascensions. So that's key 1. Clip through this area, why not?
Welcome to bonus stage.
That first coin is actually really hard to get optimally. Its collision is just so iffy that it really doesn't lend itself to like cutting any corners. So having to navigate here pretty carefully to avoid the void triggers around the level. Just so we can get here again.
Oh yeah, we didn't get our blueprint earlier.
Yeah. It should be noted that you can't get blueprints in tag barrel storage without instrument, and since we can't use instrument because Moveless, it's impossible to like tag barrel storage to get DK's blueprint, then get Tiny's afterwards. So that was quite an interesting one. We did a orange throw into a phase walk into the damage. And using the quick turn as well to help us with that.
And why not phase walk some more?
Yeah. That zinger actually was pretty hard to manipulate. The zingers are less than favourable in that area a lot of the time. So getting one in a good place where you can lure it to damage you into the GB is pretty tough.
Welcome to bonus stage.
kind of self-explanatory mini game. Swing on the vines, grab coins.
Yeah, there's not a lot wrong you can do with that.
Except get stuck under the tree every time.
Oh yeah. The
But-
little bit of tech that we do is just skipping the first vine. You can do that if you hold A. Holding A after a mushroom bounce makes you jump higher. So we do a phase walk up here, just so we can get out of bounds higher. And what this skips is us having to do anything to climb up that slope as lanky, because that slope is slippery.
Is that running attack frame perfect?
Yeah, running attacks frame perfect.
Okay.
It's in the same way how like long jumping through cutscenes is frame perfect. If you input whatever move is, or whatever button is to get the move on the frame before the cutscene starts, then you get the through the cutscene effect.
Oh no, Moonwalk.
Because of the way, this is actually an interesting point to bring up. Emulator has iffy lag emulation. And what it pretty much means is the ambient lag is less, so that like looking at the water would generate less lag than it should on N64, and that means that stuff like Moonwalk is not possible without like generating a little bit of extra lag. That's Japes done. A bit of a late split. I forgot that. Japes is quite a long level there.
Doing pretty good on GBs though.
I can't even remember what the GB count is.
Yeah. More oranges.
Yeah.
Shoutouts to those oranges.
So I wonder what we could be doing with Chunky up here, with Crystal Caves as the next level.
Yeah, I expected that.
Yeah. Yeah, again, that's like another case of where ambient lag isn't quite accurate to N64, so we have to chuck in more orange in there just to boost the difference enough so that you can make that. N64 can, but that's because, yeah, N64 has more ambient lag than emulator does. So Crystal Caves, there's one or two interesting things in here, and I think we're going to get started one of those right away. Probably one of the...
I know one of them.
Yeah, one of the more recent changes to Moveless. So gonna get tag barrel storage here, and gonna do a trick called antenna push, just to get out of bounds. Lose height at the start area of caves, just so we can get under the floor. Walk under snides so we can get a really low floor height. That's just a weird property with the snides object. And that means that we can fall very far down. So we've fallen to around about y equals minus 3,500. And now we have to swim all the way back up again to the main area of caves.
We're gonna be swimming a while.
It's a little while. It's not as long as you think. 3,500 units.
I get it.
Yeah. Still swimming though. Here we are. So we're going to swim back up onto dry land, grab this ledge, which is going to get us a telegrab because there is a small bit of floor above us, which will warp us to y equals 5,500, just to fall onto that GB again. Pick up some oranges just for style. Go through here. since yeah, since we're still technically got tag barrel
Welcome
view.
to bonus stage.
Let's just tag Tiny while we're at it.
Yeah.
We do that trick in any percent and NLE and also 101 now, I guess, too. Like, we do it in all three categories. It's just not in that way.
Yeah, like this uses TBS a lot for various purposes, but like RTA could never do this amount, like this consistently for routes.
Yes! You did that clip.
Yep. I had to watch your video like 10 times on it in order to get it.
So, a very long time ago, like 2.5 years ago, I was just jump aerialing at the thing and I happened to clip through, and it's super, super inconsistent. And eventually we just switched to reverse ledge clip, but that's cool to see that actually is somewhat useful.
It's fast. It's actually pretty fast as things go. What we do nowadays is we jump into a different corner, but because that different corner is on the other side of the ice shields, yeah, like it just takes longer to do. And to be honest, like that method is pretty cool.
Yeah, the current method that we do when we do clip into the shield is we jump through the top corner on the opposite side, and we just clip through the seam there from above instead of through the side. And LOTAD can count.
Yeah. So we're just going through the 5-door Igloo GBs right now. So we've gotten Lankies and we've gotten Diddies. Next person to do is DK. Now the unfortunate thing with this one is that we only have one melon, which is a side effect of Moveless, which means that certain strategies become impossible because this maze deals one melon worth of damage. But we managed to do that rather quickly.
Just a little quick.
So this next GB is for all the VC runners out there who have to put up with Rabbit Race. So this is the rabbit you meet in Fungi Forest who we've not seen yet. And, you know, we're going to put him through a little bit of stress. So we're going to go out here and we're going to go to the void boundary. Now what this does is it actually unloads the room and means that the flames are unloaded until we look at it again. And so we can look at it briefly and put like the flames scaringly close to the rabbit. And we can slowly like, turn around and eventually just get him closer to blowing up the TNT barrel bit by bit.
He seems a little relieved.
I'd be relieved if that happened to me. I mean, think about it. You've just got like flames right next to you, just standing there for no reason.
Yeah. Shoutouts to reverse ledge clips.
Yeah. It's faster than a jump aerial clip in that case. This area is light because we did tag barrel storage earlier. So that area is a lot lighter than it should be. Shoutouts to Moonkicks.
The classic. Well, now I know how you ended up with this idea for NLE.
Yep. So, this next race is kind of long. A lot of people really hate it because it's hard for casual players and there's a lot of ways to die, and like the beetle can just be flat out plain annoying. RTA now does something which helps with that, but TAS can do a little bit differently, given that it doesn't have a rank stand sprint.
That was an interesting looking face.
Yeah, so because ice physics makes you walk really slow, you have to do a phase walk for a really long time in order to clip through that. And hey, there's GB.
Okay.
Exactly. And that's about the same speed as if you had a rang stand sprint and did the door clip that RTA uses.
Then over to Winky's blueprint. Don't try that in runs, you're gonna get shockwaved.
Yep. So, this barrel right here.
Welcome to bonus stage.
Why are we doing it as lanky? Like, this is a Diddy GB. Well, there's a very good reason why. So, this GB right here, or this barrel, you're meant to enter with Rocket Barrel, and if you don't enter it with Rocket Barrel, you're gonna fall all the way back down again. So what we're doing is we're completing it with lanky right now, so that we can get the Diddy GB later. Lanky also helps because he has extremely long arms, which allow us to get things which are out of reach.
Well done!
Secretly, he's just scaring them with his funny face.
Exactly.
It's not really the arms.
Now for Nintendo Switch. So that's how to do that room quick.
Just slightly.
Yeah, there's a lot of having to compensate for how the oranges kind of curve towards the claptraps when you position them.
Yeah, that makes sense. I also wasn't expecting the Diddy GB to actually stay loaded, like going into here. That's kind of cool that it does.
Yeah. Funny thing about these games is the way that it determines when or where to spawn the claptrap is based on when you press Z. So we can easily determine like where the next claptrap is going to be by like knowing when the earliest frame we can hit the claptrap is, and then like planning with that in mind. So, this GB right here, it's yeah, it's stored above 5-door cabin, which means that with a moon kick and an orange clip, we can get it right away. Now, this is something which I don't think many people have seen before. So, that's how to get the candles moveless. The candles don't check what Kong you are or what state you're in, so you can just moon kick up there as DK, get the candles, and just raise the GB. So we're trying to lure the barrel enemies into one spot here. So we lure them all into one spot. Collect these oranges. Just so that we can get that with one orange. And yet again using the quick orange throw thing to get a dance skip. But who needs oranges?
Smack.
And somehow, I don't know how, but it just so happened to be this way. That skips the cutscene of the fairy spawning as well.
Huh.
I'm not sure.
Did that happen with Japes? I wasn't really paying attention because I know you cutscene skipped the painting room one, but I think the fairy did spawn with that.
No, because we.
Oh yeah, you grabbed it early.
Yeah, the fairy only spawns like if you re-enter the map
fair.
or do it normally.
Huh.
So there's that GB.
I'd be curious to know, like, if skipping, like, the Japes painting room with, like, spawning the GB and then dance skipping it would do that.
I don't think so, because if you... Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so.
It probably not, but it's interesting.
Yeah, no, like, I know it's happened to other people before, but, like, it just so happened that that managed to skip the cutscene. Like, it was not an intended side effect.
Aw, you mean we're not doing Tiny Key 6?
Nah. As much as that would have been absolutely hilarious to do. I think you said that Tiny couldn't do it, because...
Tiny's first throw from the barrel doesn't actually reach Armadillo 2. It blows up short of his nose.
Yeah. So, you know, doing the usual. We didn't get no clip, we did a phase walk.
I mean, you could have ring stand TBS if we had a ring stand. But yeah, that was a phase walk.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about this, and I'm kind of wondering how you're skipping the rocket. That or how you're skipping getting hit, but still advancing this rolling cycle. Because you only have 4 health.
Yeah, so you only have 4 health, but you need to, like... You have 4 hits to take normally, so that means you normally have to skip something. Let's just say we managed to do it. You'll see.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
I don't intend on doing this fight twice.
Secretly, Key 6 is in the sky the whole time.
I had a dream the other day that Key 6 was stored out of bounds, and that was how he skipped Armadillo. He was just walking out of bounds and collecting it. So we only have 1 health, and we're about to get hit with a giant rocket. So I wonder how we're going to skip this. So what we do is we get barrel storage, get close to this wall over here, Armadillo is facing this way, it blows up on the wall, and then we use the barrel placement to kill him. And essentially
That's great.
skipping having to take damage on the rocket to kill it.
Now, how close do you actually have to be to the wall for it to blow up?
Pretty close.
Okay.
So, I guess if you're doing Key 6 on 1 melon for some reason, that's something you can do. Shoutouts to Jag. The guy who is the ultimate critic of all rotating moon kicks.
Woohoo!
Forgot to split. So that's cave's done. And here's the moonlight that people wanted.
We got 18, I think, in caves.
Makes sense.
Plus blueprints.
You skip Tiny 5-door igloo.
And B... No, we got B-Blast.
I don't know, maybe we got 19, I can't remember.
Maybe we got 19. Who needs stealing kicks when you can just ledge kick?
Yeah, there was a surprising amount of lag with that one. I don't know why, there was just this huge amount of lag when I went to Moonkick, and it just worked.
Alright. Show off fungi early.
Yeah. Well, not quite. There's some business we have to take care of first.
Yeah.
Like this.
Like this.
Welcome to bonus stage.
So, welcome to another Peril Path Panic. Are any of these looking tight? Because they should be. 1 frame away from death as usual.
I'm immediately already trying to think like how you're getting Diddy up here, and the only thing I can think of is TBS.
You'll see.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to go all the way back down here. Just so we can get full TBS. Now we can't use Warp 2 because a Warp would unlock our tag barrel view. Even though like we've unlocked it for viewing purposes, like I still tried to remain as accurate to what it would be if you had a locked camera. So doing more moon kicks.
More moon kicks.
Even more moon kicks. Even more moon kicks. And hey, did you want moon kicks on top of those moon kicks? Because we got those.
Do you now?
And just one final moon kick just for style.
I mean, I doubt you... Could you have actually moontailed up for it?
No, I tried to moontail it to it. It's a bit too high. Also, if you don't know how we got through that gate, we used a chunk loading lag clip to clip in. And then we did the dance skip. We used those 2 oranges to boost the difference. The height of the aisle with the KGB is slightly lower than the Fungi Forest aisle, and due to less ambient lag, Emu can't make it without a little bit of a lag boost.
Alright, so we entered Fungi at exactly 100. This should be very easy to keep track of how many we get in Fungi.
Yes. So what we do is we go up here to get full TBS again. And then we're heading all the way over to the giant mushroom area. And then we're going to collect some oranges in the moat. We need a very high orange count for the end of Fungi. You'll see why when we get there. So, some more moon kicks, just so we can get up nice and high. Using the chain store position to get up. Even more moon kicks. And then we're going to store our position here. Do a moon kick all the way over to B-Blast GB, which is stored here. Then grab the ladder, which will warp us back to the top again due to our stored position, and enter Giant Mushroom.
GG.
So we're going to have to climb Giant Mushroom as DK, because we don't have Rocket Barrel to get all the way to the top, and yeah, the only way that we know of is to do this in Moveless.
Some nice moon cakes to cut some corners.
Yeah. A lot of corner cutting there. And also able to get onto the ladder at a high position as well. Using some orange lag to boost the distance of that kick. Just so we can get up here.
Welcome to bonus stage.
And yay, we've got another also scorer minigame.
So when you were trying to get that boost up the mushroom, did you accidentally clip through the mushroom first?
So many times. It's very easy to clip through that mushroom.
Because it looked like you came at a slight angle at first and then rode the mushroom up, rather than going straight up. I assumed straight up is how you ended up clipping through.
Yeah, like, I just came at the angle where it just allowed me to get up without kicking or clipping through. But yeah, it's very easy with large amounts of lag to clip through that mushroom. It's very weak collision. Shoutouts to Clump not knowing what has just happened. How are we getting up the mushroom as Diddy?
Nice little slope reset.
Yeah. So that wave dash was very important. That allows us to do a skid jump on crouch. But because Diddy can't really jump on his skid jump, it just makes us fall. And that's needed in order to get attack barrel storage in that area. So, time for 1 minute of Let's Make Kiwi as nervous as hell.
Yup. It's starting to lose its effect. It only took 2 hours.
Yeah.
I think more what it was like when the platform starts deloading.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, unfortunately after like 5 or 6 of these, like it starts to get very hard to try and make interesting stuff happen. But thankfully, we don't have many of them left. We're nearly done with all the crowns.
Also, a reminder, we've gone through 75% of the levels without a crown.
Yeah.
Not a crown, a medal.
Yeah. So we're using Warp 5 just to get all the way back up to the top here. There's a lot of uses for the top of the giant mushroom. So for instance in this case, there's a GB up here. Shoutouts to 2 Dice.
I mean, you even bounce back inbounds.
Yeah.
Like you hit it, you hit the back, and then bounce back out.
Yeah. Yeah, Nomad Jack is, yeah, that requires Syrian Slam to get. Getting Diddy up here again. We unfortunately had to enter this area twice because using Diddy to climb up would have just taken way too long, and we needed DK afterwards anyway for the mushroom at the top, or the barrel at the top.
Then that skid was important, I assume.
No, it was just for show.
Fine.
Unfortunately, you can't do uncrouch TBS on that because you don't get enough distance, and full TBS is slower than just tagging normally now. So we're back at the top of the giant mushroom, but we've pretty much done everything we normally would, so why would we be at the top? We're gonna throw some oranges.
Oh no.
Do a moon kick.
Oh no.
And morning beanstalk, GB.
Oh no.
So yeah, expect to see that in Xenonicus's first sub 5 101 whenever he gets around to it.
Fast enough for NLE too.
That's true as well. So I guess Nen is also doing it in his sub 2 N64 NLE. Doing a phase walk here, just so that we can get all the way back to here again. But I wonder why.
Dang, no tribute to me farming oranges. Some nice cannon skew.
I wanted to include 25 minutes of grinding crump oranges just to get out, but you know. And then
we're going back up again.
Yeah. Just so we can get TBS here. And we need skew just to clip through there. That's the only reason we get skew. So we're swimming, we're in TBS. I wonder what we could be getting.
I actually don't know what... Oh, it's just spawned underneath.
Yeah. So...
I actually didn't know where that one was.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because you need to clear Ponder the moat in order to get low enough to grab that GB. So you can't see Lanky, but Lanky's in a certain state that he has been before. Well, other Kongs have been before, and it's actually kind of crucial to the next bit. Oh hey, look, we're in Skew. So that was our second instance of GB Skew. We got a Skew on the Rabbit Race GB. Just so we could enter here, really.
And of course, we need more oranges.
Yeah. And who needs the
Rips the bean.
Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely a fake bean right there. I mean, we haven't even got it.
Clearly haven't gotten the GB already as well.
Yeah.
LOTAD stole the GB.
Yeah. So, I'm doing some Moontails, and we're going to get into this room here. Now, this room is automatically dark unless you play the instrument, but we don't have the instrument, and we also have some oranges to collect as well. So, you know, let's just navigate this blind. And also get a dance skip blind. And die blind.
Ow!
Yeah. I don't expect that to include an RTA anytime soon, but then again, Bismuth has done it RTA in Bingo League.
Yes, he has. Oh, yeah, you did wind that up perfectly.
Yeah.
One swim through vertical walls for 2 clips.
Yep. So getting a few oranges here, and yeah, this is just so that we have a high orange count, because we're going to need it in a sec.
I think I know what you need it for. Is it for Spider?
Yeah.
Okay.
Grabbing some more oranges over here. And we're going to do a quick clip to the other side of the mill. And then clip into the spider boss fight. And then by throwing a bunch of oranges to generate a bunch of lag that's needed in a very not laggy area, we can clip through that wall. And there's the GB, it's stored under the room. You can't quite get it in the cutscene, because it's just too far away. So we get to see the spider boss that we're just stealing his prize from him. And that's Fungi done.
So only 10.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I guess that makes sense. Like, there's a lot.
Yeah. The 4 chunky GBs, excluding his blueprint, are like those are not moveless. Like, that's 4 right there. And then there's just a lot of switch-based stuff in Fungi that kinda gets rid of the stuff. There's 1 GB which is close to moveless, but we need an alternate entrance into Fungi in order to get it. and that's not possible without ISG, and ISG is not currently possible moveless. So back to Aztec again.
We need oranges.
Yeah.
Always.
Like, the main reason why we're having to pick up so many oranges and why we're so low is because we don't have the fairy camera, so we can't take pictures of fairies to refill our oranges. So we're purely relying on the oranges which we get from resetting, the oranges we get from Orange Bell, and then just, like, everything else. So there's different ways of clipping out of bounds here. How about that one?
Was that just from the loading lag?
Yeah, that's a chunk loading lag clip. It requires instant acceleration, but because it's so big, you can clip that wall.
GG.
So that, like, prevents stuff like the Chimpy Charge clip, the cartwheel clip through the arch, or the ledge clip. Yeah.
He basically did the initial phase walk inputs without the C-up and just walked through the wall immediately. And then this spawn snag.
Yeah. LOTAD didn't load the room. He's a very good speedrunner. So we have to use all four oranges there just to get the O clip to guitar skip. And then going all the way over here. And we're getting TBS.
Of course we're getting TS. And then cranky clip.
Third person orange clips are a lot harder than they look because of the way that you have to move, and like they don't generate a lot of lag due to the way that they're just so far spaced apart. But they're possible if you mess around with them a lot. They take a lot of getting used to. So,
Also,
yeah.
that was another spawn snag.
Yeah, that was a Vulture Ray spawn snag, which is normally through the sun at the top of the totem.
That was a phase walk on the right side of the wall, right? This is
Yeah.
interesting, out of bounds. Just asking because, like, it's come up a couple times, like, which side you can actually phase walk on Five Door Temple.
It's the side... The phase walk side is technically the side with the loading zone on it. But you can do it if you just clip on the right hand side of the pillar. And yeah, phase walking in Five Door Temple, yeah, whilst it's possible for RTA, because RTA can do phase walking, I wouldn't recommend it. It doesn't save as much time as it looks.
Yeah. And it's very difficult, and it can easily cost you the time.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
Yeah, so you skid
Jumping
jump.
over the light.
Yeah, you have to skid jump, double jump over the guard in order for him to not see you.
I'm assuming you couldn't do that with the other one. Like, because he's too close to the wall, that you couldn't cut the second corner.
No, like I tried to clip or to get over him, but he was just, I don't know, he just was not being nice. doing a similar kind of setup for DK 5-door temple.
Also, morning, everyone who just joined.
Yeah. Morning, Kaiser, and morning, Zedmelps. So,
of course.
yeah.
So, more phase walking.
More phase walking and more looking at Kongs which aren't there. And more moonkicks.
Always good to have more mooncakes.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to bonus stage.
Thankfully, this is the final teetering turtle trouble of the run. And because, you know, they've cost us a lot of waiting time, we're just gonna, you know...
We're gonna make them wait as long as we've waited.
Yes, exactly.
Help!
Yeah.
Are these also one frame before they're all going to fall over?
It's hard because, like, they tend to fall at the same time. So, like, the first one, you've got to shoot, like, in advance so that you can also shoot the others before, like... But yeah, like...
Yeah, that's fair. Top left one's, like, barely hanging on there.
Yeah. Thankfully, also, because of GB spawn, that refills our health. So we were on, like, a quarter slice in the lava, but because the GB spawn, that refilled our health, allowing us to take another bit of damage. We're so far out for this one, because we have to wait for the tag barrel to be at optimum height, because Tiny can't skid jump very high. So we have to wait for it to be low enough in order to do this. So we're as Tiny in here. Good bit of dance skipping. Taking a little bit of damage there. Then tagging Lanky. Just so he can get his blueprint.
Doing this in one trip saves a lot of time as well.
Yeah. And we need to go back up here anyway, because of this. Some more TBS, as always. And then we're going to tag Lanky out of the moon kick, just so he can reach that GB.
Would lag also make that? Like, if you threw oranges and just skid jump air hill?
You'd have to get an insane amount of lag.
Okay. That's what I thought, but...
Like, if you brought a Boulder in there and, like, ultra-lagged, you probably could get it. But it would be, like, yeah.
Yeah, that's pointless at that point.
Yeah, you might as well just do the stupid turtle raising, or whatever they are. Dinosaurs, snakes.
More phase walking.
More backflipping on top of doors.
Going under floors. Still don't have a medal yet.
No, still no medals. And we haven't turned in a single blueprint as well.
Spooky get out.
Yeah. That dance was actually, or that dance skip was hard to get because I wanted Lanky to be right near the wall, and it's very easy for Lanky to get knocked off the wrong side when he's bouncing against the walls. To just, yeah, again, another phase walk, jumping over floors, going, jumping over doors.
Just rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
It is really cool that you can get on top of the doors, though.
Yeah. Like, they really, like, it's a good way to essentially cut a lot
bypass the whole maze.
Yeah, bypass the whole maze and cut corners and also do everything under one phase walk.
Yeah.
Because if you can try and get everything under one phase walk, like, that helps. Because that just cuts having to go and see up and wiggling your
each
inputs.
see up takes a second or so.
Yeah.
That's cool, Chunky. You can make that.
Yeah. He starts falling because you're above Diddy's door, which has a floor, so he starts losing height. But you can backflip back up inbounds.
Because I remember trying for a while to do that RTA. Like, I thought it was possible, but I couldn't ever get it.
It's easier if you do it on, like, the arches at the back. But,
Okay.
yeah.
More moonwalking.
Yeah. More backflipping on top of doors.
Yep.
Welcome to bonus stage.
Oh no, we actually had to do 2 phase walks that time.
Yeah. So that was a 56 Kremlin Kosh. I believe the record is 55 on VC.
Just a little forewarning, if for some reason I randomly drop, it is now thundering and lightning outside.
Okay. Well, that's very, very frightening me.
Should be fine. I've never lost power in this apartment, but you never know.
If we lose a flightless bird, then that's fine. So,
No one knows who he is anyways.
This is Phase GB. There's something interesting about this. I believe, yeah, I showed Kiwi the interesting
You
thing.
showed me this. This was the hypest thing I have seen for this entire thing.
Yeah. So, this looks pretty normal, right? But we're going to jump back just so we're close to the door, do a skid jump, long jump, get a lag boost from the Zinger Orange, and collect the GB whilst it's moving.
I love it. It's so good.
Yeah.
It took him so many re-records as well, and probably a good 4 or 5 hours based off of the amount of time he was messaging me.
Yeah.
But it was so worth it.
Yeah. There's a lot of debate of, like, how many, like, should I, like, damage off a Zinger as well, so... But, like, Zingers just turned out to be just so far out of range.
Well, that's an interesting way of doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, again, we need nose oranges because of stuff in a bit. Another orange clip. Morning, sorry. Gonna keep going out of bounds, and time for the most annoying GB in this whole entire LOTAD.
Did you have to lag into this?
Lag into it?
No, you could phase walk. Okay,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
It's just on like a weird side. So, even though we have our gun, we cannot shoot at all, which means that we cannot kill any of these. which means that we have to wiggle around a lot to make sure that the Kremlings don't hit us because of bad hit detection. The Kremlings can only not hit you if they are doing their swinging attack that they're doing right now. If they do their jab attack or their the two hands in the air, they hit you regardless of where you are or your position or their position. So it's manipulating them to do that and also be in a position to just not hit you.
It's also great lag reduction.
Yeah. We could do that one at the end with the one doing the munching attack, because that was at the end and we just got it before he attacked us. So yeah, that took, I want to say, 4,000 records just to do that.
That doesn't surprise me.
So doing another bit of TBS. Another cranky clip. I wonder what GB will be getting this time.
I was assuming this one.
Yeah. So we have to store a position because DK can't get quite high enough. So we grab the tree and just do a little bit of a remote dismount to get there. You don't skip the dance because the game thinks that the gong tower is raised. So we have to, unfortunately, get that dance. So, here comes the unfortunate bit. 6 minutes, 5 or 6 minutes of O Bananas. So, you have 5 minutes break. You do not want to miss the end. So, if you need to take 5 minutes break to call your mum and dad, do that.
Get more popcorn.
Get more popcorn, you can. If you want to tell a hipster that he should go back to 101, do that. Or if you want to spam in the chat, go do that as well. You have essentially 5 minutes to do whatever you want because it's just a whole lot of O Bananas.
And possibly hear the thunderstorm in my background because that was pretty loud.
Yeah. I actually heard that a little bit.
Yeah.
Clearly the thunderstorm is not ready for the end.
Oh, I've been craving popcorn all day.
So that's 8 GBs for Diddy.
Morning, Mittens.
Is this the K-Rule skit reveal? Well, maybe.
I mean, we could technically do K-Rule early. Because it's emulator.
No,
but...
no, you can't.
Oh yeah, because it would crash on N64.
You can't even do that, even if it didn't.
Oh.
ISG.
Yeah, ISG. Damn. I'm sad.
Yeah. For reference, this LOTAD ends on key 8. Because you can't do K-Rule and... yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too. Like, you have no punch, no trombone, no diddy guns, so... VC reverse boss order task. I mean, yeah, you could do that, but, like...
Start with K-Rule early. Then get key 8, then do castle early.
Yeah, that would be quite the start. I'd prefer to see that, like... In terms of my tasks, like, list that I would like to see at some point, not necessarily done by me, just in general, it's, a 101 LOTAD update, because that needs updating. Like, there's at least 12 minutes of time save just from spawn snags and other similar kind of skips.
Phase walking.
Phase walking, Chaos Beetle Race skip. Yeah. Reverse boss order or reverse key order. Then not quite sure what I'd like to see next after that. Probably
I wouldn't mind seeing actual, like, dirty cart any %.
Oh yeah, that would be good. Because
orange barrel skip.
yeah, because orange barrel skip, and also the fact that the any % task does get a lot of flack for not being faster, but people fail to realise that it's clean cart.
Yeah.
Gym 3D max % no gun. Interesting. You couldn't do, like, you'd have to skip the bosses because those require missiles, which require a gun. What's dirty cart any %? It's just normal any % with using mission.
You'd already have your fairies,
Yeah.
pretty much. So, new game plus.
Yeah. So clean cart is like without those things unlocked prematurely. So we only got 7 GB errors, Tiny. That's the only blueprint that we can't get currently under max % moveless. The tiny blueprint in factory lobby, you need either primate punch or an instrument to get, because primate punch to get the Kasplat to spawn, or instrument to ROM blueprint grab in another lobby. So that's the only blueprint we can't get.
And also, for whoever asked about DK's blueprint in Helm Lobby earlier, I assume we went in there just so we could turn in everything in Aztec.
Yeah.
Before going to Helm.
Yeah, like...
And it saves another reset.
Yeah, technically you could do Helm in the middle, but I wanted there to be kind of a decent end to it at least. And I think that Hideout Helm having Key 8 last is a fitting end to it, rather than ending on blueprint turn-ins.
I'm assuming you know the exact percentage that the file is at.
Oh yeah, like we show... Oh, that's also... yeah, we can reset really early there. Yeah, we show file stats and also the file percentage screen at the end after Key 8.
Suboptimal routing for the fans. What a show off.
Exactly. So, Hideout Helm. I hope everyone who's back who left because of blueprint turn-ins is back. This is a Helm like none other, I would say, that you've seen in any LOTAD or TAS.
Because remember, we were promised medals, and we haven't gotten any medals yet.
Yeah.
So we're at least getting one medal.
Yeah. So we're doing a telegrab. And then going in here. We moon kick to the other side. Do another moon kick just to clip through this pillar. And enter the Helm loading zone. So Hideout Helm, we have 49 minutes to collect a certain amount of medals, Key 8, and also the Battle Crown. Using DK and his skid jump, long jump mechanics to bypass having to climb that slope. And hey look, TBS. This is going to be featured a lot. Gonna clip through that to get switch kick. And we're going to roll out of bounds. And then backflip into Chunky's room. get to here, and then tag Chunky. That's one medal down. Then get TBS again. Store a position there. And use stored position clipping to clip through that wall. And then we're going to be heading all the way over here just to collect this medal. Do a quick turnaround with a crystal push.
And then back to a tag barrel.
Back to a tag barrel.
With not loading Diddy's or Tiny's, I assume.
Yeah, because Diddy's and Tiny's rooms are like in between us and the tag barrel, so we have to navigate close to the void in order to kind of skip loading those. Get another TBS. Just to clip through there. A reminder, like, through all of this, like, even though we're going in first person and we can see what's happening, this is what's not would not happen RTA. You need the locked camera, and you would have a like the tag barrel view. So this isn't quite RTA viable, just like slightly not RTA viable.
Yeah, doing this blind, completely fine.
Yeah. We have to like waste a little bit of time now because we have to wait for the tag barrel to fully load. Well, yeah, we have to get into the falling animation in order for the tag barrel to be enterable, in order for us to do TPS. I'm gonna head all the way under Tiny's room. And then gain height on that little bit of grate, just so we can skid jump backflip all the way into Tiny's room. And grab that medal.
4 down.
4 down. I wonder if we're going to be getting the last one. Get TBS again, just so we can get control of DK, so we can skid jump back into the tag barrel again to get TBS again.
You know, Hellman under 10 minutes.
Yeah. Just do some moon kicks to get over Lanky's room. I'm going to go to Warp Ron room here. The unfortunate thing is, as much as I would have loved to have get on Key 8 here, because we've technically got our tag barrel locked view, we would get fake key, because the key is not as loaded where the tag barrel is. So, unfortunately, can't get Key 8 here. I'm gonna do some more moving around. There's Tiny's room. Just navigate around it. And then skid jump backflip into Diddy's room, where we can get Diddy's final medal. Or the final medal.
Diddy's first medal.
Diddy's first and final. Then we tag DK, but why would we need to tag DK? We've already got his medal. Well, in fact, DK can gain a lot of height.
And one more crown.
And the final crown. Fortunately, this crown is kind of long, but it's... yeah, we got DK, so... We've got DK, what else are we going to do?
honest ending, I guess, do we get proof of no fake keying?
Yes, we do. So this is something here, if you jump on a certain frame after you get a moon kick, you get what's known as a moon jump. Just some moonwalking just to show off, skid jump, long jumps, and some more moon kicks. Another moon jump. Terrifying Kiwi some more.
Moon jump was super effective.
Yeah. And then grab the crown, and we've only got one collectible left.
That is not an easy clip.
It's not. I think I've gotten it once when saving runs. So here we go. And that's final time. And here you go. 7 keys, 5 medals, 39 blueprints, 165 golden bananas, and 7 crowns. And that is max percent moveless.
GG.
It's gonna quickly go back to the title screen or the file percentage screen for those who are curious about percentages and stuff like that.
I don't think it is, but it would be great if it was 69%.
It's not. 72%.
So close.
So let me quickly find someone to host. Is Abayo still doing runs? I do not know.
I will take a look. He finished with a PB. He got a 604.31.
Let's go raid Flameforged. He's doing BK 100%. And I would appreciate if you send him happiness and stuff like that. I hope you enjoyed this LOTAD. This is going to be uploaded to YouTube and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and thanks to Kiwi as well for commentating. Okay.
All you.
Okay, see everyone later. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.